This is a desperate race to save lives, but as each hour passes, the hopes of the nation are beginning to dim. The earthquake struck high in the Atlas Mountains, making already treacherous roads impassable. The single route opened is jammed with traffic, police, emergency teams, military and ambulances. They pass groups of survivors who have either lost their homes or are too scared to stay inside them. Everyone here is outside now. The only quick way to get here is by helicopter. They're shuttling the injured and the dead away from the epicenter. Survivors engulfed in clouds of dust as they land and take off. The sheer force of this earthquake is astonishing. Whole streets have been utterly destroyed in what survivors say was more like an enormous explosion than the shaking of an earthquake. In blistering heat, they're digging through the rubble, looking for survivors, but expecting to find the dead. While we filmed, we saw many dead, but we saw no survivors. As the body is taken from the rubble and wrapped in a blanket, recovery teams are followed by the family. Many are simply inconsolable. Time and again, here at the epicenter. The families of the missing gather on a newly formed ridge created when the street disintegrated. Is there any hope left now, or do you think everyone here has died?
Sometimes you find someone alive, sometimes not. They have already died. But there is hope. I rescued 3 people here and 10 in the other village above.
Fatima has lost 10 members of her family. There are others still missing. She has given up hope of anyone still being alive. I mean, this is almost like an explosion rather than an earthquake, because it came up.
Within seconds, everything fell down. Some people managed to run out of their houses. Others didn't make it.
The rescue teams use drills to break through the exposed floors and ceilings, but most of the work is done by hand. They pray for survivors, but they treat the dead with great dignity.
Well, it's painstaking work and it's dangerous too. The rescuers are actually looking to recover bodies from this particular house, an apartment block. They've taken at least 2 or 3 bodies out today, and family members have been here. But it's dangerous because they're actually trying to get underneath. Obviously, it's very unstable. Another aftershock and it could collapse on them. They say this is going to take them days. What's interesting about this earthquake, it's not that everything just collapsed in. The power of the earthquake was such that these houses basically exploded upwards and then collapsed. It was such was the force of the earthquake because we're right at the epicenter.
Youssef was here when the body of his mother was removed from the family home. He has returned with his uncle and cousins to wait for the relief teams to find the body of his father. They know there is no hope left now. Some gather under any shade they can find to mourn the loss of family members. Impromptu wakes for those who have already been buried, while others sit next to their newly recovered loved ones. All hope gone now, just waiting for permission to take them away. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News, Talat Nakub, Morocco.